The moment that Gojo was sealed away, it became clear that Jujutsu Kaisen entered into a phase where no character was safe. If the author was willing to remove such a fan favorite like Gojo and the most powerful Jujutsu sorcerer in the series, then we as fans should have known to expect full-blown chaos from that moment on, and that's exactly what we got. Nanami was killed off right in front of Yuji, Nobara was left near death right in front of Yuji, unable to stop Mahito. The Culling Game was announced. Yuta showed up ready to kill Yuji under the guise of following the orders to execute Yuji Itadori, while also at the same time actually working to protect Yuji out of loyalty to Gojo. Maki then went on her own version of the Uchiha massacre where she destroyed the Zannin clan, and now you have Kenji, a Jujutsu high sorcerer who has power that goes beyond Yuta, and he's being recruited for the Culling Game, and for really good reason, because if he's stronger than Yuta, then we got somebody that has enormous levels of curse energy. Now, it's been non-stop plot twists from the moment that Gojo was taken down. However, while many of the plot twists have served as a effective distraction, in a very brilliant way, the author of Jujutsu Kaisen has been slowly laying the foundation for a top-tier team to help with the rescue of Gojo from the prison realm, and to use the method that Master Tengen said would be needed to rescue Gojo. We already have Yuta, somebody who is ranked as a special grade Jujutsu sorcerer, on the same level as somebody like Gojo. After everything that she's been through, Maki has clearly ascended to that level as well, with people such as myself saying that Maki's essentially become the strongest member of the Zannin clan. Now, you have Yuji and Megumi, who have been rapidly growing in power. Now with the most recent chapter, at least as of this recording, we have Kenji, who is stated by Yuta to possess even more power than him. On top of that, we also have Kiara Hoshi, who was introduced to have a power that was very similar to Gojo's Infinity, yet there are obviously some differences to it. And as a reminder, Gojo's Infinity allows for anything that approaches Gojo to slow down and never actually touch him. So basically, it's a walking cheat code. And to be compared to something like that, it speaks volumes. Now, the foundation for this Gojo rescue team is coming together very nicely, and it makes sense if Yuji can turn on the charm that he'll be able to win over Kenji, especially if we see a situation where it's just like with Toto, where essentially he ends up looking at him as a younger brother. Now, that by extension is going to cause Kiara to join in on their efforts as well. Having somebody like Kiara, who has powers that are somewhat similar in terms of effect to Gojo's Affinity, opens up the door for the Gojo rescue team to get very creative during the Culling Game when they attempt to rescue Gojo. Yuji and Maki are absolute beasts when it comes to physical stats, and when you add in Yuta being able to use curse energy to the magnitude that he has, and you have a prodigy like Megumi thrown into that mix, who, shown in chapter 154, has the ability to enter into other people's shadows without being in his domain expansion, you have the possibility for some pretty busted combo attacks, especially if Megumi finds a way to drag allies into the shadows with them as well, which opens up the possibility for even more unpredictable combo attacks. Now, you also have Kiara's pretty unique ability. It opens up the door for one hell of a coordinated effort to free Gojo, and the person that they're going to be fighting, Geto, is very overpowered, maybe even enough so that raw power alone isn't going to be enough to take down this version of Geto in order to get the victory, which means that teamwork is going to be the only real option. Now, I do think that the key to all this going well might very well be the new character that we were introduced to, Kiara. And now if we look at chapters 153 and chapter 154 very closely, it seems as if the way that his ability works is that he has to place a marker on the person, which then starts the whole effect of his ability, which is keeping whoever is marked from getting too close to Kiara. Now, it's a very simple technique, similar to Minato's Flying Raijin, where the moment that somebody is marked, they're essentially screwed. However, it's because it's so simple and so easy to understand that it makes it absolutely deadly. You've got a very limited window, at least as of this recording, to be able to take down Kiara. If Kiara can manage to mark whoever's in possession of the prison cube, it allows for the possibility of just simply positioning Kiara between whoever has the key to unlock Gojo and any potential attackers, which means that Kiara would have to hold out long enough for Gojo to actually escape. Now, it's a very simple tactic, but it's childish enough that in theory it should be able to work. I mean, we've already got so many heavy hitters on this team as it is. Surely one of them can hold out long enough to release Gojo. The only issue I see with this ability is that it seems that you have to be within a certain range for this ability to take effect. So someone with long ranged attacks might be able to take advantage if there's anything visual connected to Kiara's ability, like needing to see everything directly or indirectly, any attacks that are coming at him. Now, it's very possible this ability works just like Damon's and Boruto, where the technique is running at all times, which means that you can't actually pull off that attack. Now, I also think that Yuta has a really good chance to actually raise hell during the Culling Game when it comes to rescuing Gojo. Yuta has high levels of curse energy and he has advanced curse energy control. The link to Gojo as well as the prior battle with Geto makes this make a lot of sense from a narrative perspective. Also, given the fact that since he's returned to Japan, Yuta has shown an excellent degree of control over the Rika spirit that he manifested in his battle with Yuji, which could come in handy in any battle against Geto. Tack that onto his ability to mimic the cursed speech technique, which we see Inumaki use, and he's got a good chance to raise hell in this battle against Geto and potentially open up the door for somebody to rescue Gojo. Overall, I'm very excited to see how this plays out because we're in a situation where several of the jujutsu sorcerers that Gojo stated had high potential could be the very ones who ascend to levels of power that actually are able to rescue him, perhaps in some cases even acquire power that allows him to rival Gojo. It's a great way to pay out Gojo's warning earlier in the series that a new age of jujutsu sorcerers is coming. However, I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about this idea? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.